Supreme Court abo NPP mana oyese nanka wode Mahama court say ma won stande election no. Supreme Court abo na asem egu. Nanka Supreme Court ambo ngwa ya na ebeba bebo Supreme Court echi. Nti omo abo asem legu no. Ya nso na wose ye ka ho asem. I think say this week and last week no we spoke extensively on this issue. We went back and brought you the old story, the old videos and all that. And for those who don't know the story, let me just give you the brief and then we'll go to the ruling. Now, Papa Bia wa MPP ni one time nanko person dane MP, Emma MPP ka ba say we amfa. Your friend the Ken Crunchy. Editor Emma Daily Searchlight newspaper. Now Papa is sorry ka said abi. No na adwumu no hu ne say Mahama on sem fata say was standing biom as president into what they call Supreme Court. Na Supreme Court are preventing Mahama say Mahama en stand. Na nanse ya na Mahama lawyers eba bonte meka say o hwe papa no ne case na wode aba na nyanse nim case no say dia waye case ne kra no waye ne basabasa wanye ne case kwan a enam so e wo say ye case bisa no wanye case ne sa otumi hu no say ni ba chronicle no onim de oye nti Mahama lawyers eba be trauma Supreme Court say Supreme Court nye de embo asem ningu na no kware uhwe ruling na Supreme Court de ba asem o mo ka tre sa MPP papa yi de o mo ka tre no ene say onko school onko back to school no onko sia legal training onko sia practical legal training na case na wode aba court no ye he case ni mu a obi a sebe impredias a wako school sia law no ontumi fa sebe sa case nsamfun we back court ha inti no go back to school na kokosi I say Supreme Court directs Ken Crunchy to submit to practical legal training as he throws out suit against Mahama. That they say onko sia die biom no mbra na case no de ba na de case no nyanse nim. Ti say senya Mahama lawyer settlement Supreme Court no. Na yenko read this story no. I say the Supreme Court of Ghana has thrown out a case filed by the editor of the Daily Searchlight newspaper, Kenneth Kwabena Ejay Crunchy, against former President John Dramani Mahama over his eligibility to run for president. According to the court, Ken Crunchy needs to go find a master and learn his legal trade under his feet. Inti yesi Ken Crunchy no onko pe obi a waben ewo law mu. No wonsua law edwuma no ewo nipa kro ne ho. Na ade a waba be ye wo court de we gu ne hu animu asekra. Now say it can be recalled that the editor of the Daily Satellite newspaper in June 2023 filed a suit against the former president, challenging his eligibility to contest again to become president in the country. In his writ to the court, he prayed the court to declare the true and proper interpretation of Article 66(1) of the 1992 Constitution, clearly stipulating the number of years of a presidential term to be 4 years. He argued that by the declaration and proper interpretation of Article 62 of the 1992 Constitution would mean that a former president of Ghana is not qualified to seek election again. As a result, he asked the court declare to prevent John Mahama from pursuing his presidential ambition. Also, in the motion submitted to the highest court of the land on September 25, 2023, he stated that John Mahama prayed the court for an order to dismiss Crunchy's writ of summons filed on June 12, 2023, citing technicalities. However, in a ruling by the Supreme Court on Tuesday, November 14, 2023, it threw out the suit and declared that the former president, John Dramani Mahama, can run in the 2024 general elections. That is the case. But Mahama run. Now, for those who didn't watch the broadcast we did, Emra Mahama, Ebabekatre Supreme Court say, case no nyanse nim ne yembongu no. And the Supreme Court afoaso said indeed, case no nyanse nim ne yembongu no. Yanko ne yankonko tie sa broadcast na me ye no. Etiefo, say there is a case via Ghana for as a yadwin a free so. Some other kaya months ago, me betena ha a year report etremo say NPP ni bi a ye friend Kenneth Kwabena Ejay Crunchy Ede Mahama akọ eye Supreme Court says Supreme Court ma womo ma Mahama and stand for the 2024 elections. Muni amoka isa story no. Yes. Na say surprisingly that case is still lingering on. Ewo Supreme Court ho. Ama Mahama through the lawyers no aka tre judges ne say nsem no yembongu. Inti asem nem say still egusu wo Supreme Court ho. Yenko video say Mahama wants Supreme Court to throw out case filed against him by Crunchy on presidential eligibility. Yenko reading here. Now, I say former president and National Democratic Congress flag bearer John Dramani Mahama is seeking to have an application filed by journalist Ken Kwabena Ejay Crunchy challenging his eligibility for the 2024 elections struck out by the Supreme Court. I say in the motion submitted to the highest court on September 25th, 2023, stated that John Mahama is seeking an order to dismiss Crunchy's writ of sermons filed on June 12th, and as our NPP ni obe file a year court case against Mahama no. Inti nansi na Mahama nso kwa katre court ni say June 12th ton chale asem no mungu, citing technicalities. Also the Chronicle newspaper on November 10th reported, and then a Chronicle reported. Also the former president, who is the third defendant in a case after the Attorney General and ex-president John Ejekum Kufuor, seeks the court consideration of any other orders it deems fit against the plaintiff. Also the motion signed by Tony Lita, inti lawyer were representing Mahama ewo court no Tony Lita. Inti the motion signed by Tony Lita, counsel for the NDC presidential candidate, argues that the technicalities arose from a process filed by Crunchy on July 4, 2023, titled Affidavit in Support of Plaintiff's Statement of Case, Fact and Exhibit. Mahama stated that a search conducted at the registry of the court on September 15, 2023, confirmed that the plaintiff filed his writ on June 12, 2023, but failed to attach a statement of case. The statement of case was submitted a month later on July 4, 2023. However, the former president stated, I have, however, been advised by counsel that contrary to what the search results in Exhibit JM show, what plaintiff filed on 4 July 2023 was an affidavit in support of plaintiff's statement of case, fact and exhibit, with statement of case attached to it, marked as Exhibit P2. The statement of case was actually not filed, he stated. Now, the entire Mahama see say in the first place, what a lot of people don't know, they say court cases are very interesting. Now, ebia na wasem yede, utumi de court in court. Now so senior oko file asem na senior or lawyers eko file case no, omo am file ni ye because case bia any senior file no. Into here Mahama ede na omo ehu ne say technicalities error ewo case na ye file against Mahama no ehu. Example, me Melodies amiti he na ebia me ni obi enya case na ni bako ne fe na adwo amansa. Na me de akokot na makwa akoka se me issue obi se wa ye nyama bi etia me na edin a me de akoboso no makwa akotro adwo mansa. Adwo amansa no makwa omiti akotro adwo mansa. Ena ebia ne house number 1215 na makwa akotro 1214. Obetumi argue say case ni yembongu because in the first place ne kra no error technicalities ati ase inti wo hwa Mahama mo case no mo tre say sani anke wo say ye file case no enye sa na ya file case no error sabim inti no court no enhwe no mbongu. So the former president argued that according to court rules, the plaintiff was required to file his statement of case in support of the writ written 14 days from the date he caused the writ to be issued. In the court no ewombra etre say ye would number of days bia ema okwan say wo say utumi ye bibi. Now ohwe sa case against Mahama na say a pass 14 days no because ni ba ko ne file case no June and ade na anka wose wo ye ka ho no okoye no July 4th June 12th July 4th which is more than 14 days inti na tese ba koneka no file case no when you sue court emra Ose Mahama is urging the Supreme Court to exercise its discretion to strike out the plaintiff's action based on these technicalities. Kenneth Kwabena J. Kranchi, a journalist and lawyer, is challenging Mahama's qualification and eligibility to contest the 2024 presidential election. So this is what is going on. This is what Mahama is requesting for. And let's see what happens. But for those who don't know the actual case, okay, Embraer reported in the last year in June. But the case no air to us amount. Emo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so say maybe report story emamo say meti hu say NPP for ede Mahama ako Supreme Court na omo say eni kwan say Mahama onya kwan stand biom enti Supreme Court emma Mahama yembo ningu na mon contest for the 2024 election. Embra me be report story na me mamoti ase say it was a rumor. Now it has been confirmed. I've done more digging on the story. Just more information on the story. I've done more digging on the story, and now I'm bringing you the person behind Sadia way because I'm seeing some NPP people be and they want to dissociate themselves from this because probably I'll tell you a story, right? They think say Adia way NPP ni war, you know. In a way, no, it will backfire in the face of NPP. And it will rather give Mahama more credibility. Into some NPP people are even not happy about this. But the Pakrona, your friend Ken Crunchy. Now, Ken Crunchy, a NPP ni or editor for an editor of one of the top leading newspapers in the country, a Daily Graphic. Or your NPP ni also your lawyer, a journalist, Nimfonine. Ken Crunchy Oni. So this is him. So for those who don't know Ken Crunchy, no, this broadcast is just to show you the person behind the whole thing. Into Oni Ken Crunchy. Oni. I think he has even been on the ticket of MPP paying parliamentary candidates. Nanko person called parliament on the ticket of MPP, but Ankoye. And there's a very popular story too about Ken Crunchy. 2012 election petitioner. That time President Akufo-Addo elusuye what they call election. No? Yes, that time Ken Crunchy ko kan assembly my yechino for contempt. Mo dia mo beka ya yechino for contempt obegina judges ni mu a ye ne no edili ye na nya asem ketwa. Intino I don't know whether okay inti Oni Ken Crunchy is a Ghanaian journalist. So let's read about. I just want people to know the face behind Sadia way, okay? Because and the NPP 4% will denounce no. Because almost say I now why no almost to say emboa. Let's see the face. So this is his history. Ken Crunchy will free Asante Memu or a journalist, you say, or a former board member of National Media Commission. He said he is known publicly as a member of the NPP as ye na ye nim no ye wono tepa. Asante Memu or St. Mary's International Sunyani Osanso Eko Opokuwari or University of Ghana and all that. Now Waye Juma was the Ghanaian Chronicle newspaper, the Daily Searchlight and all that. Now this story 2013 story, and also 2013 Ken Crunchy was convicted of criminal contempt for a publication in his newspaper Daily Searchlight and showing remorse and sentenced to 10 days imprisonment by the Supreme Court. Into your no yachina tumda. What dem 10 days that Supreme Court 2012 election petition no or kan sembia. Say or can sembi it was contemptuous. So no can say judges need nimna or mukurulima Mahama the BC Wagana. Something he said something that was like contemptuous. And you don't know echo tumu. Na no once all the other people are your Supreme Court who now could show remorse yeah no ye chi na ye be chi for contempt now if we ye tu no e was Supreme Court and ye sentence no that time jaja tuguba a sentence no 10 days in imprisonment in prison. Into Okoda prison for 10 days and now election petition no. Into one of the people I can NPP. Omo Abrahama NPP a wakan bi. Ati ase wakan bi pa. It's just that recently no na yenten in Kaba first no you be a wakasa pa into no here. Top journalist and all that. That is Ken Kranchi for you. Oshe I say NPP primary supporters of Ken Kranchi calls for recall of proxy votes. And say Olusu seat. Ken Kranchi files to contest Okaikwe North seat. So no person contesting on the tickets of Okaikwe. Now so Olusu ye. I mean, so that you see the person behind this, okay? So that you see the person behind this, no. Oh no. Ken Kranchi, managing editor of Intelligent Story now in the Adom FM4 Airtro. Say Ken Kranchi sues Mahama over 2024 election. Right, so that is the story. Let's try to read the story. Say managing editor of the Searchlight newspaper Ken Kranchi has sued former President John Dramani Mahama or John Mahama over his validity to contest the 2024 elections. Mr. Kranchi, among other things, is seeking a declaration that on a true and proper interpretation of Article 66(1) of the 1992 Constitution, the number of years a presidential term in Ghana is 4 years. Also, a declaration that upon a true and proper interpretation of Article 66(1) and 2 of the 1992 Constitution, a person seeking a second presidential term must be a sitting president. Into your person say, I mean, utie ni case awade kwa Ghana also the president for only 4 years. Now only for 4 years now person also the president bima e just all sitting president. Now oko ye say wo nye sitting president say Mahama any concept assembly clearly anyway. It was say an order directed at John Mahama to fully disclose to Parliament the terms of his engagements with Parliament as flag bearer of a political party, the rate of sermons read in part. I said Mr. Mahama was elected the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress at the primary held on May 13, 2023, ahead of the 2024 general election. He polled blah 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 all that. Also, meanwhile, Mr. Kranchi in 2018 said he has found a clause in the Constitution that explicitly bars former President Mahama from contesting again as president unless Parliament permits him. He referred to Article 68(2) of the 1992 Constitution, which states the president shall not, on leaving office as president, hold any office of profit or emolument except with the permission of Parliament in any establishment, either directly or indirectly, other than that of the state. And I mean, in some of they call the contempt because case we are what we make really yet amokum ene just hey so if you wanted to know the person behind Mahama only Ken Kranchi only Osha this is the person Ken Kranchi is the person behind John Dramani Mahama. Osha na fu to say media pepepe na fu no ahyehyɛ to say media me ameti he ma fu no pepepe Osha ni tin so a ni tin de ente say media ni tin de ana Davi media me baby aso me hwene so ma no so ma so me ni pedua na me ame so me ni nso so enti etino de me tin so so sei but Osha na fu na ma fu ni bi pepepe ye ni ekita bo float afo no enti na fu to say bo float to say media ni bi pepepe me nso ma fu to say bo float to he na no ne sen Davi sen de ense media na no okay na Davi na no we de me nkra no we bi me ma no so pa but I know we de me nkra bi esen we nso me nkra bi but eni no afono na ese media afono that's a good so na follow no save there pa Ken Kranchi aya de ye hwe obiom mention the height in her the height. Yeah, can grant me over here. Mention the foot is a mediana. A lawyer so only can grant you only mention the foot. Okay, the foot. I'm saying me foot so sane no. The height. Oh, what me was saying me a better times 2. Me te so no a yede na bom 2 and ye me wa pa nti me was saying the better times 2. Ojina me nche obe say amotia. Ngrofo fi say we ojina me nche obe say amotia. Obe say amotia. Ba bibia no kese mu I'm say me kese me so me kra me so say like me a tick sin no. Me a tick sin no. Me a tick. We got some melodies now. We do whole company. Dey na we ya do whole company no. And a melodies. Oh yeah, we do whole. Hey, can crunchy. Why are there? Afunubo flute to send me a media EV. Why are there? Nyagupo show. And to Mahama on contest 2024. Unya go on contest. Hey, afunubo flute for your hard you. Afunubo float ye hard rough ye hard ye sword ding asemi ni baby a ye pese de asemi she afunubo float for ye ntia asemi ase ba ko se asemi ni baby a o ye pese ye de asemi she o no hu say yes ye de asemi she na afunubo float for ye ti o afunubo float for sana ye ti ya funu se bo intuition kwa Kene koso ayade nka mo pen easy sa o si yembo Mahama ngu na nka easy akwan ni ndemu na monko mo benya o tra ma jo comment box ni mo me da si